So we have had an awesome week. We've been out at Pelican Bay, which is so far our favorite anchorage of all. We have gotten 3 dives in, 2 night dives and 1 day dive. And we're currently charging up the tanks for our 4th dive, which will be a nice afternoon dive over at Hole in the Wall. So we'll see if we can get some footage from that. But I wanted to show you our dive compressor. You can see our deck is strewn with dive gear, and the generator and air compressor is running, so we're topping up the tanks for our 4th dive. This is our Mantus air compressor. So it charges up our dive tanks, and I can't say enough great things about Mantus. We've got a 45-pound Mantus anchor up on the front, and this is our dive compressor, and they are great on the phone. So if you're considering a dive compressor or an anchor or any marine stuff, I can't tell you how cool Mantus is. You get them on the phone, they're super responsive. Everybody down there has been really cool. So, but it's charging up. It's going to get a little loud. It's running away. Got our tank right there, almost full. We can run it off of our batteries and solar, but it takes us down quite a bit. So because we're doing so many dives, we're running the generator over here to independently power the dive compressor. One tank's already set and ready to go. And on last night's dive, you'll never guess what we got. Check him out. Boom! First lobster of the season. We're very excited. Guess what we're having for brunch? Lobster. Kim's made potatoes. It is crack-a-lackin'. He's no trophy lobster, but he's legal sized, and we are pretty pumped. It's actually hard to eat them because they're so darn cute. They really are when you see them under the water. But this one was hanging out like 10 feet from our anchor when we got back to the dinghy last night. And, well, couldn't help myself. And now with the unpleasantness out of the way, he's ready to cook. Split, cleaned, a little bit of butter over the tail, a little bit of butter into the body, and then we go into the oven.
So what's Jack doing? Jack is pulling our lobster out of the oven. Oh, that looks beautiful. Woohoo! That looks awesome.
Lobster.
Yay.
And there we have it. That is brunch, right before our next dive.
We're setting the anchor.
Recreating is hard work. So we're setting the anchor. We've come to the back side of Hole in the Wall, which is, there's literally a hole that goes out towards where our anchorage is. Just loaded 100 pounds, 200 pounds, close to 300 pounds of dive gear into the dinghy. Dinghied on over here in what doesn't look like anything, but it's choppy when you're in a dinghy sitting flat on the water. But this cove is bitchin'. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to explore this cove. Yeah. So it just comes right in here. You got rocks. Obviously rocks. Lots of rocks. But we looked in here on a nice calm day, and it looked like the topography of the bottom was really cool. So lots of like boulders and crevices and neat things to check out. So we'll probably drop down where we're at, come around this coastline, and then head over that way, and then come on back. So, and who knows? Maybe there's lobster.
We're bringing a bug bag.
All right, we're in.
Okay.
know if you looked at that den, but there's a lobster and an eel sitting side by side.
I saw.
There's a big son of a gun.
Yep. Very surgy.
Yeah. Cool area though.
Really cool spot.
Yeah. Alright, we're back. Cheated death once again. And Kim is still in charge of pulling up the anchor.
This is my role.
Yes. Dinghy motor is started. That's a pretty cool dive. Saw probably 5 or 6 lobsters. Hopefully we got it on camera. There was a big old monster eel in that one hole with that one. Saw a shark. There was a pretty big leopard shark in that hole.
Okay.
Alright.
Anchor's up.
Anchor's up. Away we go.
Jack's trusting me with the camera right now. Might be a bad move.
Fun fact, our boat has a 50-gallon diesel fuel tank. When we left on this trip, I knew we had 10 gallons-ish in the tank. Plenty, we only burn half a gallon per hour. However, as we used it and I saw the diesel sloshing back and forth, we risked picking up air into the fuel system. So, to make sure we could make it back, I siphoned 5 gallons out of the tank into a jerry jug, reran the fuel lines, and now we have plenty to get back home on with no worries. The engine's running like a top.
Good morning, fellas. How you doing? I can neither confirm nor deny that that's Ritz cracker crumbs on the bill of that duck. They love the buttery goodness.